must-watch TV. But I'm gonna turn the floor over to you because your 8-3 Miami Dolphins are traveling to San Francisco to take on the 7-4 49ers. And Puma, let me be the first one to say this. I think the Dolphins might be in contention for the best team in the AFC, bro.
Jay, I concur with that, and I think that campaign is going to be solidified when they beat the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara. That's right. I said Santa Clara, not in San Francisco, because they are 45 minutes away from the Bay Area. But no, with all that being said, the Miami Dolphins, they are a 4-point underdog on the road, and it's like big brother versus little brother. You know, you can go back and look up the history of Mike McDaniel and Kyle Shanahan. I mean, they essentially grew up together type of deal. McDaniel started off as a ball boy with the Denver Broncos, and, now here we are. Like, he's a head coach in the NFL. A little bit of some, Latin flair, in my opinion. A couple of those, Latin singers from the 90s. He's just oozing that kind of confidence type of deal. And, he's just a great guy. And, he has his own, goofy coaching style, but that really resonates with the players. And there was a video of him being mic'd up this week where he yelled, clock, 55 times. And when they finally clocked it, he's like, nice. And it's just little things like that is just what livens up the mood, in my opinion, in South Florida. And, Jay, this is honestly the happiest I've been as a Dolphins fan ever. Ever. Really? I swear to God, ever.
That's a strong statement, bro.
The closest to this would probably be that, little flash in the pan with Chad Pennington when, they were doing the Wildcat and all that stuff.
Wildcat.
But, I mean, honestly, this is the happiest I've been. You have, Mark Anthony Jr., a.k.a. Mike McDaniel as the head coach. Rico Suave. You got Tua Tagovailoa, which, I wrote off last year, and I am happily eating crow. And, you can pull up the takes, you can pull up a blog post.
You were not happy when they drafted it, remember?
I was not happy, Jay. I was more pissed about that than you were about Mac Jones being on your team.
No. Let's not be real.
I am happy.
No. I was much more pissed. Because I saw this coming for Tua. I knew he had it deep down in him. I don't think Mac Jones has anything deep down inside of him.
Fair enough. But either way, this is the happiest I've been as a Dolphins fan. But this is going to be a close game. It's going to be interesting. Tyreek Hill left last week with a bit of an injury, but honestly, I think that was more just, hey, we're going to take everyone out type of deal. I mean, Teron Armstead against the Houston Texans, he got a pectoral strain, and then I think Jeff Wilson got dinged up, and at that point, Mike McDaniel did the smart thing, pretty much pulled out all the starters. We're up handily. Houston's not coming back. Let's just do enough to tread water, win this game, get out. We're going to focus on San Francisco. Early on, it sounded like Armstead was not going to play this week, but it sounds like Armstead is going to make a go and try to play. If he plays this week, that is a massive boost on this offensive line. I get it. Armstead's not playing Tua's blind side because Tua's left-handed, but I think the offensive line is going to adapt to Teron Armstead's gamer mentality, warrior mentality, playing through that type of injury. And on the other side of the ball, I mean, you have a quasi-dinged-up secondary in the 49ers. I'm not taking anything away because D'Amico Robinson has been, D'Amico Ryan has been a breath of fresh air to this defense. It's almost like they didn't lose a step from when Saleh left. I mean, D'Amico has done an incredible job on the 49ers defense. He's definitely going to get some head coaching consideration this coaching cycle. But I think that secondary can be had with Waddle and Gesicki and Tyreek Hill. But the other thing to keep an eye on is, Elijah Mitchell is missing this game because he re-injured that knee and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And it sounds like Christian McCaffrey has a knee aggravation of some sort that limited him in the game last week, and it's going to limit him at practice this week. And for a player that's had lower body injuries for the majority of his career, it's definitely something worth watching. So, dude, give me the 4 points on the road. I understand it's big brother versus little brother, but this Dolphins team is on some incredible stuff right now. And I think if they win this game, not only are they going to cement themselves as the best team in the AFC, but Jay, I wouldn't be surprised if Tua saw a massive bump in the MVP odds.
Listen, I think he right now should be number 2 in the MVP odds to Patrick Mahomes. And if he didn't get hurt, bro, like he would be, I'd be giving him the vote. I think the Dolphins would have maybe one loss, maybe undefeated. Who the hell knows? Like this team just like believes and oozes like confidence. Like it's so funny to see the turbulent like upheaval that was Brian Flores, and you know I've kind of kept an eye on him, right? Obviously you're a Dolphins fan, so we talk about them on the pod, so I kind of get some of that as well through talking to you. Like it's just a completely different like culture shift, right? And I saw this amazing quote about how last year there were times where Tua looked in the mirror and was like, man, do I suck? Like his confidence was so low. And then this year in the offseason, like Mike McDaniels sitting down and showing him 700 of his best plays, right? And that's really helped him elevate his game back to the MVP level. And like, let's be real, Puma, like quarterbacking or finding a good quarterback in the NFL is such a nuanced art, because it's not just about your talent. If you have the, you know, Justin Herbert has the biggest talent in the world, but I think he's seriously lacking something that's a makeup for him. Like there's something that's not there, and I think Tua has it. Like the quote unquote intangible, like the fact that you can be a leader, the fact that you have something inside of you that keeps on pushing no matter how bad it gets. There's something that kid has, and like I keep bringing it up over and over again. I will never be able to get over the fact that he was thrown into a national championship game at the biggest stage possible, cold, and he's just like, you know what, freak it, I'm just gonna throw 90 yards down the field. And yeah, he had good receivers then, but like those kind of balls are hard to find, and I'm so glad we're finally starting to see this Tua that we saw at Alabama, and I think it's a magical story. I think it's a bigger story in life. Like if you're a manager or a person that can hire out there, and you're seeing somebody struggle and you see that they do have something in them, just encourage them, man. Just like, you know, make sure you help them out as much as possible. Don't like, you know, crap on them. Like take them by the hand, show them, build their confidence up, and you can see how they'll prosper, man.